moral aspects of religion, I think it can have a very positive impact. Bleh. Time magazine, Walter Isaacson interviewed him and said, "Isn't there something special, perhaps even divine, about the human soul?" Mr. Gates said, "I don't have any evidence of that." Isn't this sad? I mean, these guys grew up in America. They grew up in a country where they should have heard over and over and over the truth of the gospel. He said later in that interview, just in terms of allocation of time resources, religion isn't very efficient. There's a lot more I could be doing on a Sunday morning. Wow. Truth is, I realize that, which is why I try to thank you every week for being here. You chose to make this a priority. You chose to make God a priority. There's a lot of things you could be doing, not the least of which is sleeping in. But you chose to be here. And God will honor and reward that effort. But what about you and I? What about all these billionaires and their money that could be done? Well, you and I, we're not billionaires, at least not yet. I don't think you are. What can we do? What is God to you? Because God to them is an irrelevancy. Doesn't exist as far as they're concerned. Is God your best answer to your life crisis? Is maybe God the best option, or is God much more than that? You heard 3 testimonies 2 weeks ago where God is much, much more than that. Where God is very real. God is in the middle of those 3 lives every moment of the day. But what about us that aren't going to make billions? I guess the question really becomes, are you going to take your faith seriously enough that you're going to do with what God has entrusted you with to do something for the kingdom? Way back before you and I were ever a thought in anyone's eye in the Old Testament, God came up with the tithe. And the tithe is what we bring to Him to help grow His kingdom by reaching other people. You've heard me talk about the 17-mile radius. In the last week, I was privileged to visit with people. Our radius